also thank my son Abdullah that's here tonight. He's the newly elected president of the Arab Student Union, and as well as my younger ones, Nizar and Iman. To our Attorney General, Mr. Holder, thank you. Thank you for being here in Detroit. We needed leadership from DC, and you answered the call. Thank you so much for being here. To all our fellow awardees, I congratulate you. It has always been an honor to receive and be recognized for all the hard work you do. But to receive it outside of your community is truly a blessing and a special honor to me, especially on the 100-year celebration of this great organization. I realize that this is an acceptance speech, so I'll keep it short. I woke up this morning and I said, what I'm going to write about, what do you write when Reverend Anthony says you're going to get the Great Expectations Award on the biggest sit-down dinner in the world, on the 100-year celebration? I was overwhelmed, so I wrote this. It's called, I Will Not Rest. I will not rest. I will not rest while they discriminate against me. I will not rest while you hate against me. I will not rest while our brothers and sisters' lives are being taken from me. I will not rest while a young boy is killed over his hoodie besides me. I will not rest while the politics of hate is dividing and destroying me. I will not rest while those before me have given their lives for me. I will not rest while you pass laws to dehumanize me. I will not rest while you attempt to deport me. I will not rest while you attempt to break me. I will not rest while you attempt to marginalize me. I will not rest while you attempt to disrespect me. I will not rest while you attempt to deny me. I will not rest while you attempt to discredit me. I will not rest while you attempt to demean me. I will not rest while you attempt to divide me. I will rest when I die. God bless you. Thank you.
Miss Alice Thompson, who is a friend of all of ours, the Director of Black Family Development, member of our board, will come now and present our next Freedom and Justice Award winner, Miss Maureen Taylor.
Well, good evening. And to the saints of the Most High God, I greet you with praise the Lord. It is my pleasure this evening to present to you the recipient of the 2012 Mary White Ovington Award, Miss Maureen Taylor. This recognition is only given to those rare individuals whose personality and behavior and activities through their work and professional career personify not only the character, the values, ethics, boldness, courage, and tenacity for the cause of freedom and social justice, as did Mary White Ovington, but to those who have taken the work of Mary to another level. Ovington is recognized as being one of the co-founders of the NAACP dating back to 1909, forgive me, along with W.E.B. Du Bois and Ida B. Wells. During Ovington's 38 years of service to this organization, among many other activities, she served as the board member of the NAACP, executive secretary, and chairperson. She was indeed an NAACP icon. But tonight, we celebrate our own present-day icon, this year's recipient, Miss Maureen Taylor. This great woman, this phenomenal woman, has unquestionably won our hearts, love, admiration, appreciation, and respect. We honor her tonight for just a portion of what she has done, to advance the cause of social justice, freedom, and equality for all people. Her contributions and work to improve the quality of life for so many people is too numerous to describe. There is not sufficient time to put forth all the appropriate adjectives to describe this phenomenal woman. She is a powerful voice in the international, national, state, and local scene. She yields a big stick, and she will use it to influence policymakers to keep at the forefront of their decision-making responsibilities the infusion of the essence of our humanity in the framing of public policies. This phenomenal woman is no stranger to us. She serves as state chairperson of the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization, an advocacy organization that provides representation to low-income persons who experience conflict with social service organizations and other governmental groups. She is a tireless advocate. She recently served as co-coordinator of the second United States Social Forum hosted in Detroit, which attracted over 25,000 attendees from around the globe. And yes, she is that phenomenal woman whose voice was heard above all others and led weekly and sometimes daily protests in front of the Cadillac building, the place where the governor has his Detroit office, during rain, sleet, and snow in opposition to the inhumane policy that dooms so many children in this city, region, and state to another generation of assured poverty. This phenomenal woman is an educator, problem solver, great communicator. She is a benefit expert, public speaker, organizer, social worker laureate, and closer. She works the beginning, the middle, and the end of the matter, and she leaves no stone unturned. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I salute this year's 2012 Mary Wright Overton Freedom and Justice Award recipient, the phenomenal Miss Maureen Taylor.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to make sure you heard me. It is a special honor and a special moment in the work of Michigan Welfare Rights to be selected for the work that we have done. I am clear that it is the work that Welfare Rights has been involved with for so many years. That is the reason why the NAACP sought to single that activity out. I might be only the latest, but the folks that are the greatest are in this audience. But I want to pay particular homage to the fact that Welfare Rights is not only a hard-working, sometimes difficult organization to deal with, but that the NAACP had the courage to step out and say, this year, we're going to look at you. I'm certain that Reverend Anthony got multiple telephone calls just like I did. You can't go down there and get this award. There's controversy involved. And I went back to the old sayings. when you rail and you argue with people and demand that they get involved, and then they show up with their hand out and their resources, the thing to do for a progressive person is to welcome them to that fight. I want to say just a few words. This is a special moment because already we have been able to see and hear elected officials that we love. Some we love more than others. But as they give their recitation of their activities, not good enough. If everybody was doing the most that they could do, we wouldn't be in the trouble that we're in. We all have to do more. We don't have time for anything but working. I am so glad that this young man, Eric Holt, is here, because I've been sending him faxes, and today I'm going to get the right fax number. I've been sending this young man faxes. You got to come here and you got to fix this. Now, I know he can, but I have other faith because some of my police officer friends are in the audience as well. So if he can't do it and we can't do it together, the backup is here. So don't worry about a thing. We got your back. There's some movement that's got to happen in this city, in this county, certainly in this state. And we've got the right kind of mayor to lead the ship. But the deal at the end of the day is that we can no longer pay attention to the riders on the top. All ships have to be lifted. And so far, the rowboats are still at the dock. The organization that I represent fights for the rowboats. And those rowboats are going to move. Now, a lot of people may not want those rowboats to move, but watch this rowboat turn into a speedboat and run you over. Change is on the way. And change is on the way not because it's a bad thing that's happening out here. We can't help it that General Motors is in #1 seat now. That's where we want them to be. We can't help it that Chrysler and Ford are doing good. But we used to have something called Dodge Main, Huber Avenue Foundry, Lynch Road Assembly, all the different forest plants and whatnot. And those things are gone now. And the technology is taking over. So many of us are no longer needed to work. So what do we have to do? What we have to do is to create the kind of world that Bella Marshall was fighting for every day of her life. Bella was a person that fought for the rights of low-income people. And that's what welfare rights does. In closing, what I know, we got to say something about our sweetheart Bella Marshall, who we had to lay down to rest. But we're going to fight this fight in her name as we continue this battle. I'll say to you that the members and supporters of welfare rights, stand up. If you're a veteran in this office, stand up. If you're an individual that's a precinct delegate or an organizer, stand up. If all you get is SSI and welfare recipients, stand up. They're your leaders. That's who's going to make this thing different. My name is Maureen Taylor. I'm the state chairperson of the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization. I accept this warrant in the name of my organization. I promise to get our Attorney General's fax number, and I'll share it with you so we can write him day and night. Thank you, and let's go get it done.
Hey, guys, slide down just a little bit.
Congratulations, Maureen. And Mr. Attorney General, I did not put her up to that. That's her own declaration. I just want you to know that. But she is serious. Ladies and gentlemen, our final honoree today, before we hear from the Attorney General, certainly is an awardee that we're very pleased to honor. There is an old African proverb that says, in order to understand the ending, you must go back to the beginning. This man that we honor today has been engaged in the movement for civil and human rights and social justice longer than many of us who are now sitting in this room. He truly is one who can answer the call of watchman, what of the night? He has been on duty for over 60 years as a preacher, teacher, activist, advocate, bearer of the torch for freedom. His life is exemplary of his commitment. From the Red Hills of Georgia, he is the son of the late Reverend Robert L. Hope. His two brothers are preachers, and he has one son who is also a preacher. This is a family that believes in the words of how shall they know unless they hear it from a preacher. Reverend Dr. Julius C. Hope pastored the Zion Baptist Church in Brunswick, Georgia, serving as NAACP president for 15 years. He not only ran for the city council back in the day, but he also ran for mayor of Macon, Georgia, while pastor of the First Baptist Church, nearly winning a runoff election. His life was threatened because an African American had never run for mayor in that town before. He served as Georgia State Conference president of the NAACP branches for 18 years. He is featured in the Civil Rights Hall of Fame at Clark University of Atlanta. Graduating from Alabama State University, he also distinguished himself as a quarterback and catcher on the baseball team. This brother was just all around good at everything he did. Serving for the U.S. Army and U.S. Air Force, he earned honors and degrees from the Interdenominational Theological Seminary. For 32 years, he has pastored the New Grace Missionary Baptist Church in Highland Park. The Bible says that a prophet is not without honor except in his own country, among his own kin, and in his own house. Well, tonight we honor the Reverend Dr. Julius Caesar Hope in his own country, among his own kin, and in his own house. We honor his wife of 52 years, who is not able to be here tonight, but is here spiritually because she's recovering from illness. We honor you, Reverend Hope, because Ben Hooks honored you when he made you the National Director of Religious Affairs for the NAACP. We honor you, Reverend Hope, because faith leaders across every denomination, across every ecumenical body, recognize your outreach and your efforts to tie us all together. Jew and Gentile, Muslim and Christian, and even those who profess no faith. We honor you, Reverend Hope, because you stood up at a time when one could be shot down without any national attention, given without any media inquiry offered. We honor you because you represent the best tradition of the NAACP. We honor you, Reverend Hope, because in the words of Julius Caesar, Veni, Vidi, Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. Your life continues to inspire us to sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us, to sing a song full of the hope that the present